What's up, y'all? JR Raymond and Cody Shoemaker coming to you from BowlerX Pro Shop and Training Center inside Waterford Lanes, where today Cody's going to do a special video for you. I'm actually going to set this one out. I'm just here for the intro.
He's
so
playing
I can hold
director.
the ball. I'm just being the director of this video. But he's got the new Ion. You've already seen my video on the Ion, but it's going to be really cool to see somebody else who throws it completely different than me. Well, mostly different than me. He's a lot closer to me than what he used to be. But now, different than me. It's going to be cool to see somebody else throw this ball, and he's also going to compare it to the Tour Dynamix. What are your initial thoughts between these two balls before actually doing the review?
So this was actually a ball I really liked. I started using this ball a decent amount on tour towards the end of the year. A lot of the patterns we had that had friction in them, like the shorter patterns, this looked really good. And then, yeah, that's not fair. It's head level if you hold it there. So it really became a favorite of mine. I have a couple of these in the bag. I really like it. It's kind of that solid, lower diff, lower intermediate ball that kind of felt really controllable for me, that I could create some different shapes with. The Ion, on the other hand, looks like it's going to be stronger. Yeah. So it's got a stronger cover. It's got more differential. It's got more intermediate diff. Same RG. They're both 247, but pretty much stronger in every other aspect. So I look forward to this one because if it is stronger than the Tour Dynamix, I might be able to get to use it on some even longer patterns, which if I get to, that's pretty great. So kind of excited to use that. Should be pretty versatile. Like we said, it looks like a new benchmark kind of ball. So hopefully I can use it on a lot of different stuff.
Yep. So we've already seen my review on this. So now we're going to take these two out there, and Cody's going to throw them
drilled the same?
Drilled the same. What's the layout on them?
Drilled the same. They are 30 by 4 by 30.
See how we always have to think about that? Because we're like, what did we do? Like, I can't remember.
Well, my axis changed. That's why I had to think about it.
I
know what it was. I know what it was when I drilled it. It's a little different now, but they're both 30 by 4 by 30. But since I really liked this one, I drilled that one the exact same.
All right. So we're going to see the difference, and it's going to be really cool to see a ball that's similar, but got a different cover. One's asymmetric. Well, they're both asymmetric.
They're both asymmetric. Both this asymmetric. is 010 intermediate diff, which is pretty close to that symmetric line. This one's 013, so a little bigger intermediate diff.
Yeah.
So
what does Mo say? He says anything below 11 is technically
we kind of
symmetrical.
I've always said anything 010 and less is basically a symmetric ball. Yeah. But you do, once you drill into it, you make the intermediate diff a little bit bigger. So some stuff like that. So
all right. So enough here, enough talk. Let's get them out on the lanes. We're going to take you out. It's a 44-foot. It's the PBA version 1 pattern that you saw some of the reviews and some of the things that I've already done it on. So we're going to take it out here on the 44-foot PBA version 1 pattern, and we're going to see what she's got here in a minute. So stay tuned.
All right, guys, time to throw some shots. Here we go. I'm going to start with the Tour Dynamix. I know what this one does. I'm pretty familiar with it, so we're going to throw some shots with this. I'll get lined up. I'll throw some shots from right, from left, and we'll kind of take a look at what the differences are. Here we go. Let's see. So this is just me taking my hand out of it a little bit, trying to play straighter, little straighter angles. Okay. So see there, that one kind of floated through it. Almost 210. We got lucky enough. I can't break those up in tournaments. We need to do that. Got to save that. Try that again. Move a little further right. Woo! So now we see there, I move a little bit right. I'm still pretty forward. I'm really rolling that. And you can see it really wants to get down lane and really change direction. So it's still pretty quick. Like he said, this is 44 feet. So to feel like the ball's not going to be that quick, it's got to try and slow down. When I'm taking some of my hand out of it like this, it's going to feel like it gets down lane. So we can see how quick this one is. Try that again. Try and get a little bit more forward. There we go. So you can see there, I took a little bit more, got even a little bit more forward. Took my hand out of it. So,
all right, so for the audience, try and explain a little bit of what you mean by going more forward versus what you were doing before.
Yeah, so we're just talking about adjusting rotation, right? So the rotation is really what's going to allow me to change how much direction the ball changes right to left. So when I start to get more forward, we're going to see the ball go less to the left when it makes that move right to left. So I'm able to basically make it feel like it's hooking less by getting more forward. I'm not necessarily making it hook sooner or later. I'm just changing that direction right to left.
So more forward, you mean the ball is rolling more towards the pins rather than spinning towards the gutter?
Absolutely. So instead of my rotation being probably, you know, closer to that 30 to 40 range, we're trying to get a little lower than that, be closer to like between 10 and 20. And you can see there, that one I got really forward, really tumbled it, got a little further right, but it just doesn't change its direction. So instead of like that 3-6-10 that we left, now we leave the 2-4-5 because the ball is going a lot more this way instead of this way.
There we go. That's what we're looking for.
So now what we'll do, I'm not going to move. What I'm going to do, instead of just throwing the tour dynamics from each spot on the lane, I'm just going to change in each spot and kind of show you from there. So now I'll just go to the ion, and we're not going to move our feet and see what happens. Every inkling says this should go high. And as we see, it goes high. And that's kind of what we talked about, where this ball is going to be stronger. It's going to have probably that little bit of a bigger footprint. So we can see, even with me being as forward, that ball just started up on the lane so much sooner. So I'm going to have to make a move left, or I'm going to have to change some other characteristics. So I'm going to try that first. I'm not going to move my feet. I'm just going to try and throw this one a little harder. Try and see if I can help it get down lane as far as what the tour dynamics was. Oh, closer. It's closer. Try again. But you can really see this ball, like, there were two shots there with the tour dynamics that really floated and really got down lane. Whereas with this ball, you really don't see that as much. This ball's trying to pick up sooner, really trying to dig into the lane a little bit more in the middle part of the lane, which is great. That's what we were looking for. I feel like this is going to fit into that kind of like we talked about, benchmark shape, medium kind of response.
Now, is the ion technically a solid?
It is a hybrid, actually.
It's a hybrid, okay.
It has...
the Tour Dynamix is a solid.
Correct.
Okay.
So the Tour Dynamix had Tour tracks on it. This has, I believe, the hybrid TX16, which does have some nano in it. So that's going to definitely make this stronger. Let's see what that one does. Yeah, you see there, like, I threw that one pretty significantly harder than the other ones. I'm still pretty forward, and it's still trying to hook. So I'd really be in a spot where I want to move my feet left, but it's still creating that controllable shape, which is kind of what we're looking for.
What's interesting is the fact that a hybrid, which is the mix of pearl and solid, can actually react stronger than what a solid cover does.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of other factors that go into it. I try and tell people, and I think we talk about this, not to be too attached to the words pearl and solid and hybrid, because it's more of how can the ball be used. You know, there are some pearls on the market that are extremely strong that you could use as stronger balls than some solids. But there's also obviously vice versa. So it's really just important to kind of pay attention to what the ball's doing on the lane and what you feel like you can create with the bowling ball, more so just going off of solid hybrid pearl. So, all right, we're going to move a little left with this one. So I'm going to make that move that I would make, and we'll see if this one strikes. Ooh. So there, I got around that one a little bit more because I knew I was moving left. I probably got around it a little bit too much, could get more forward, but you see there, now I moved about 4 left, and got my launch angle a little bit more open, left to right. That ball still picked up and still tried to go high. Significantly stronger.
You know what they say about those ones there?
Chicks dig the trick 4.
Chicks dig that
they
trick
dig
4, baby.
If only my wife was a bowler.
I had somebody ask me to make a shirt that represents chicks dig the trip for. So
Okay.
we're doing that.
Can we do a chick with a shovel and a 4-pin?
A little chicken with a shovel?
Yeah, chicks.
Little chick. There you go.
All right, let's try that again. So now, again, I'm not going to move my feet off of that. I'm just going to try and get a little bit more forward, see what that shape does. Wow. That one still picked up. Wasn't as forward as what I wanted to be. Didn't throw that one as great, to be honest with you. But that's why we do this. You guys get to see everything. We don't want to try and cut it short. So we haven't bowled in a couple days, and so still getting sharp.
Get all them excuses out there. That's what I do. Like, I'm not loose yet.
No, I'm definitely loose. That's not an excuse. I can't use that one.
Shh, don't tell them.
We threw some shots beforehand, so I can't use that one as an excuse. All right, let's just try and throw it a little bit better. Nope, too far right. None of them are going to hook from there. Not on this 44-foot pattern.
A bit outside.
Again, this pattern's been, I've been bowling on it for a little while. I was playing a little bit further left. They're definitely going to be harder. And this is 2-1, so you guys can kind of see.
Not even close to a house shot, guys.
Not even close. No, and it's like what, 34 mils?
31.
31 mils. 31 milliliters of that there oil. We're kind of in that middle zone.
A lot of that there wax.
So. Nope. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be tough because it wants to force me left with how much it wants to pick up. So I feel like I want to go left, which I've been bowling on this for about a half hour to 45 minutes. So I've definitely thrown more shots in the middle. So
let's go left.
We're going to have to go left. So let's go the other way now. Let's keep moving with this until we get to a point where we can strike. Make a jump here. Wow. And you see there, it still just wants to pick up so much in the middle part of the lane. A lot bigger cover. And again, we're bowling on a higher friction surface here, so there tends to be a lot of hook here.
You're strong.
Huh?
You're just too strong.
No, that has nothing to do with it. If anything, I'm just not used to throwing this many shots in a day at this point.
That's true.
But
how's the knee feeling?
Knee feels better.
That's good.
That's why I wanted to come. I wanted to try and go bowl that thing last night because it feels better.
Well, we'll bowl this weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, if you guys haven't, check out Brian Regan's tournaments.
Scratchbowling.com.
Yeah,
Michigan
absolutely.
area. He hosts a lot of tournaments. Really good way to get yourself learning sport patterns and competition level.
Yeah. And you guys see, I mean, this ball just really wants to pick up in the middle part of the lane. I've moved. So just from those couple shots to the right, I'm now 5, 10, 14 left of where I was. And we still have absolutely no issue with the ball trying to go through the pins. So we're just going to keep moving. Keep moving, see what keeps happening. Wow. Wow. You guys really see how much that ball wants to pick up. And then those lower diff balls, in comparison to some of the bigger diffs you guys see, those lower diff balls are really going to want to go sideways when they start to make that move. So you really got to make sure that you're not afraid to use these. That's why we like balls like IQ Tours, Venom Shocks, that kind of thing. That's what this is supposed to feel like. So, which I personally have not used a lot in the past, but I really did start to like that Tour Dynamix. So let's see. Let's see what that one does. There we go.
You're a wizard, Harry.
So we have moved total of 5, 10, 15. We moved 18 boards left. That's how far we went until we felt like we got to a spot where that's not me trying to overly create anything. I'm not trying to get too forward. It feels pretty good. And you can really see it's still trying to carry.
Yeah. Pausing the interaction, folks. We had a battery die on a different camera, so we had to.
Yep.
That's why you see a cut. So normally uncut, This one's
Yeah.
got a little cut. But
So-
we're gonna throw a few more shots going left, and then we'll call her a day.
All right. So this is 7 left of where I was. You saw that one get through. Yeah, and that's going to be the issue, bowling on something like this. I feel like this would kind of start to be that limit for what I'm going to use this for until later in the day. So since it's just been JR, well, actually it's just been myself bowling on this lane, there hasn't been much transition this far left in the lane, so the fronts are very fresh. So the ball doesn't want to slow down as much. So I have to make it slow down. It's not a problem. We can do that. All right. So now you see, I mean, that ball really still picks up even from this far left. Threw that one a little slower, caught that one a little harder, and it still really wants to pick up and change direction. Whereas I can almost guarantee if I try and throw the Dynamix from here, I just want to get further down lane. So let's see if we can make that one strike from in there. There we go. Yeah, so you can see, I mean, this ball still picks up. I mean, that's playing between 25 and 30 at the arrows. Really still feeding it. So let's see what the Tour Dynamix does. Same spot. Let's see. Ooh. So you see that one being a little bit weaker. It actually got further down lane, still struck. But again, like I said, there's not going to be that massive difference. So now since I moved in a ton of oil and I have to make both balls pick up, you're going to be able to create that kind of shape. But the truth is, the Ion's going to allow me to do this for longer from in here rather than the Tour Dynamix, where if I see any sort of transition, this ball's going to start to get a little bit more fragile. So let's see. Yeah, and that one just shot through it. So you see that one was a little right off my hand and it just never slowed down. Whereas the Ion's going to pick up a little bit more than that. So yeah, I really think Storm did a good job with this one. I think this is a ball that was really close and we really liked it. A lot of guys on tour used it. I didn't see a ton of guys use it locally, but I think they should have. I think it's really good. So I'm excited to have a stronger version in the bag. I really think the Ion is a good shape, super versatile. I know a lot of guys are going to like it locally. It's probably going to be a ball that's insanely good in league. Insanely good. It's just a stronger, a little bit more rounded version of an IQ Tour. So I think that sounds like something we all want. That's going to hook. All right, so
Sounds good to me.
yeah, that's the Tour Dynamix and the Ion Pro.
All right, y'all, there you go. So that is the Ion mixed in with that Tour Dynamix you saw. Longer video, but very good information. Cody obviously is a plethora of information and likes to talk about it, which is good. That's why we brought him on, to be able to do these things. So Cody, last thoughts. What do you think between the Ion and the Tour Dynamix? What are you going to do with them?
Yeah, I mean, I think at first I'm going to have both in my bag. But I'm really excited to kind of get this one out and throw it in some different conditions, different environments, and really see what she does. I'll probably hit it with some surface. She signed up a little bit, throwing shots with it, so I feel like that made it a little quicker than what I'd like to see. But I think, keeping this as that rounded shape in your bag, really controllable, good benchmark ball is really good.
Yeah, I think that's kind of one of those things with those hybrid type covers that have the pearl into them. They do lose the dullness quite early or pretty quick when it comes to oil getting soaked into them a little bit more.
Yeah, that definitely happens, and that's where it's really important for you guys to make sure you maintain your equipment. If you buy a ball at 2,000, you really love it out of the box, then make sure it stays at 2,000. So.
So that's a quick spot. We're going to plug CTD. Make sure to head over to CTD.com or go over to BowlerX.com. You can get all the CTD products over there. And BowlerX also has these new chamois. Oh man, you lost the white on the B, but there is a B there. but the B fell off. But they do have these cool new chamois and stuff, so you can get those. We'll link them in the description below. But we're going to get out of here. If you want to get either one of these balls, we're going to link them in the description down in the video, and you can head over to BowlerX.com and get yours. Or our shop opens back up on July 12th. We'll be back here that Friday, and then we'll be putting some clinics and stuff together as well.
Yes.
So make sure to hit us up. Give us a call, 1-833-LTC-BOWL or 1-833-582-2695. You might not be able to get through there, but you can try because we're still closed until the 12th. But we're going to get out of here. Until next time, we'll see you guys later. Take care.
See you.